Howdy, folks. I'm Brian,
I'm Amber.
and here's some Reddit. Our letter today is titled, Am I the Jerk for Eating My Girlfriend's Leftover Pizza? A nice, easily digestible episode for your Sunday morning. I'm a 27-year-old male, and I recently moved in with my girlfriend, a 25-year-old female, and we've been together for a couple of years now. I work on the swing shift as a correction officer at a jail, and I don't get home until a little after 3 a.m. I also have a mix of weekends and weekdays off. She works more of a traditional Monday through Friday 9 to 5 schedule. Well, the other night when I came home from work, it had been a particularly chaotic night. I hadn't had a chance to eat, and I was starving. My girlfriend was fast asleep, and I had the next day off, but she had to work. I figured on making myself a sandwich or maybe some ramen noodles and then going to bed, but when I took a look in the refrigerator, I saw a pizza box. I looked and I saw that there were 4 slices of pizza left. I just figured, well, that was sweet of her. She ordered more pizza than she could eat, so I could have something to eat when I got home. I warmed up 3 slices, watched an episode of MasterChef on Hulu, and I ate them. And then I went to bed. I woke up a little before noon the next day to a text message from my girlfriend telling me that I was an inconsiderate jerk for eating her pizza. She said that she had intended on the rest of the pizza being her breakfast and lunch for the next day. I texted back that I was sorry, but that she should have put a note on the pizza box or texted me to let me know that she didn't want me to eat it. I also said that if she's going to order food, she should order enough for both of us, as I would do the same for her. The way I see it, we live together now, so food in the refrigerator is up for grabs, but she's still kind of mad at me, thinking that it was presumptuous of me to eat her pizza. Am I the jerk? Alright, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk? Team Joey doesn't share, or team sharing is caring?
Team Joey doesn't share. You know what they say about assumptions.
So I think this one is actually very, very difficult to answer because I think there's a lot of cultural underlying questions that you have to ask. Like, was Ropey raised in a household where this was the norm, where if you buy food, then it's going to be available to everyone, versus his girlfriend who was raised in more in a my food is my food and don't touch my food type of culture. You don't steal someone else's food. If it's not labeled, you can't make any kind of assumption about it, right? So it's really hard for me to judge them as both being jerks in this situation. I think that either they're both jerks or neither one are jerks, and I think that he made an assumption. But what does kind of bother me a little bit about this is the kind of the bit on the bottom where he's like, well, you should have labeled it. And she didn't think that she had to label it, right? She didn't think she had to make the explicit statement that don't eat my food. So it seems like he feels like he was clearly in the right here. And, whenever you make an I'm sorry, but apology, then it usually isn't like a real kind of apology. I think that there's kind of fault a little bit to go around, but I think that, they need to sit down, have a conversation, figure out what they're going to do for food sharing and leftovers. Anyhow, take care and good luck. Info: how often have you ordered extra food when you were home alone so she would have leftovers when she got home? Is this something you've agreed to do as a couple? And OP says, it's only come up once. I had the day off and she got stuck working late. I ordered some Chinese food for myself and added an order of Szechuan beef for her to eat when she got home because I know it's her favorite. We haven't agreed to anything as a couple in terms of this, though, admittedly. No jerks here. That's the teething problems that come along with moving in together. You now know that your view on leftovers is different, and you can ensure that it doesn't happen again. No jerks here. This was a misunderstanding by non-communication. Hopefully you have now learned something as a couple and have conversation about the refrigerator boundaries. These kinds of discussions are especially important for partners with unmatched life schedules. There will be a lot of problems as you learn to cohabitate. You and your ability to agree and respect on these boundaries will probably be the most important factor on how happy and long you are together. Good luck. All these people saying not the jerk are the same people who are food stealing offenders. And all you're the jerks, got trauma from leftovers being scavenged.
Yes, yes.
I go with you're the jerk. I always want to eat my leftovers the next day. If someone eats them and I get mad because it's my food, you can at least ask before you eat stuff that you didn't buy. If you can't ask, then don't eat it. Maybe you two should have a talk about food ordering and your expectations that she should always order food from you, for you too. I'd be mad too. Sorry, but living together doesn't mean you can eat whatever is there. And so also I wanted to bring up another point is like her schedule. She may actually be like a orderly scheduled type of individual and like to have a plan for the day. And like OP may have ruined the plans for her day by basically interfering with her food prep and her food meal stuff. So it may have been really frustrating for her because of like the whole, oh, I have this whole plan. I'm gonna, have my meals all taken care of. This is really great. I don't have to think about these things anymore. And then being thrown for a loop where you're like, oh, now I have to consider what am I going to eat for the day. And so I can understand why OP's girlfriend would be really frustrated by that situation. You're the jerk. I was ready to chalk this up to a misunderstanding and give no jerks here, but your final paragraph really bugs me. And the quote around the her pizza, it was her pizza, and you're still acting like it was yours. You can't just unilaterally declare that anything in the house is yours to eat if you feel like it. That's rude AF, but I want to eat the sheets.
No, sheets are off limits, Brian.
Your girlfriend also obviously doesn't see it that way, so you need to have a conversation about sharing food that's going to work now that you two live together. Not just say anything that you see is up for grabs. You're the jerk for holding to that view even now when you know she disagrees. Have some manners and respect for your girlfriend and talk about it instead of sticking to your entitlement guns. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Hopefully you have a beverage here to enjoy the episode with. I've got some coffee.
Water.
So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you all have a great weekend or having a great weekend so far. Take care and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.